releasing a part of me, or like a part of like my family, or something that's been like weighing on me that just kind of like lets go, you know? Um, yeah, yeah, essentially it's like therapy, like getting to write music, especially with the guys, and like getting to be in a studio situation. Um, Sometimes you don't even realize what you're writing about until you start writing about it and you're like, oh my God, like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And we wrote to Dom with Kevin Thrasher, and um, I literally made him cry when I wrote the lyrics for the pre-chorus. I sang it out and he just starts sitting there and his eyes are watering. And I'm like, are you okay? He's like, oh my God. And I was like, I came in later to do the bridge part, because we typically, when we write, we'll do up to the first chorus and then we'll kind of finish the rest out later, just to make sure we like the song. So I went in to write the bridge and I was like, hey, I have something I want to do over this. I know it's a little obscure. We've never done anything like this. So he was like, okay, well, what is it? And I was like, well, I have the suicide note of my nephew, who Dom is, about his mother. And I really want to read it. And I was given permission from my family to read it in the bridge. And I read it, and him and I both were, it's just a really emotional situation of both of us just kind of like, whoa, this is sick.
Yeah, that moment, to be honest, when I first heard that, because of the way you do the audio in that part too, how it almost sounds like a voice melt, you know, like like the final words. So like you expressed it audio like that, and it just like the song was already hitting heavy, and then like that sort of like that part was just like took it over the edge, you know, to where it was just like fully yeah. It was just
I remember
that was
the
great.
first time that song kind of got like its first little mix. I was at Kaylee's house because I always hang out with her boyfriend all the time. And he's like, yo, dude, you want to see something? And I was like, okay. And he played it, and I didn't know about the suicide note at all. He's just like, oh, I just finished mixing. And I was like, yo, I was like, for sure. And like he was sitting behind me like on the bed, and I was just like, you know, jamming out. And then this hit. I was like, what the fuck? And I started listening to it. I just looked over, and it was just tears just falling. I was like, oh my God, like it's so hard. Like when I hear it, I honestly choke up still. Like,
yeah. When we were recording it, we had to stop. I got to take a moment. I had to like step outside because it was just like we did the first half and then I do the second half as well. And it was hard. Like it was really hard to just read it. I had actually never read it until I mentioned the song to my brother-in-law, and he was like, well, would you be interested in reading the suicide note, maybe potentially in the song? And I was like, are you sure you want me to do that? And he was like, I would love that. And I was like, okay. So like when I recorded it, that was like the first time I really truly read it.
Wow.
And so it was really heavy for me because I grew up with this kid, you know, like I know his whole life. He's 13 now. He'll be 14. Oh no, he's 13. I'm pushing his age. Okay. So I know his life story, and like I really wanted to get the point across, like, hey, like I know we're not technically blood, but you're my family, whether you like it or not at this point. You know, you married, you know, my brother-in-law is my sister's husband. And I was like, you don't have a choice now. You're in my family. And I really wanted to get that point across that, like, even though his mother did this, like, it's not his fault. And regardless, like, my family's going to love him regardless. So yeah, it's a heavy one. I'm tearing up right now.
I mean, it was definitely heavy, but I also felt like at the same time it was kind of uplifting, especially like in the chorus parts of it. And I really enjoyed that contrast and mix of the song.
Yes.
Like we had a little listening party a day before the record came out for like all our Patreon stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had to like went to Dom and I had to kind of like put the hand down because I got all teary eyed. I was like, shit, man. Like,
I mean, I wasn't.
How it's gonna be when I play it live. Like,
I know, dude. Right? We're all like crying. I'm like dropping sticks and tears are falling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an ugly cry.
Welcome to Rivals, we ugly cry.
We do.
That doesn't
So I was definitely not planning on opening the listening party with the song, but since Reese kind of like brought it in and then we did the whole explainer, I feel like we have to play it for everybody now. So if you guys are up for that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, first one to cry loses.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We'll get the tears
be
out
me.
early, guys. We're
It'll
getting
be
the
me,
tears
trust
out
me.
early. You know, I figure why not? I don't want to end on the sad note, so you know.
All right, here we go.
I wanna tell you a story, one that doesn't end well, about a boy and his lonely, and how his life went to hell. See, his mom wasn't holy, she took the easy way out. I'll try to tell him the story, hope he sees it ain't his fault. I saw my nephew cry and he found out his mother died. The boy was only 5 when he asked why his mom wasn't in his life. We couldn't tell him. At the age of 10 for his birthday, all he asked was this: where'd she go? Why did she do it? Am I alone? Can I make it on my own? I hope you see that the world is beautiful, and I pray that you see that it's not your fault. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you. Crying out, let it go, it's all okay. And even with the pain, there's so much more you see. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you. At what point do you let it go? Flowers bloom and you grow. I hope our house can be a home, so I can get your story told. I saw my nephew cry and he found out his mother died. The boy was only 5 when he asked why his mom wasn't in his life. We couldn't tell him. At the age of 10 for his birthday, all he asked was this: where'd she go? Why did she do it? Am I alone? Can I make it on my own? I hope you see that the world is beautiful, and I pray that you see that it's not your fault. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you. Crying out, let it go, it's all okay. And even with the pain, there's so much more you see. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you.
I just couldn't be strong anymore. Dominic, I love you forever. I'm so sorry I did this. You were the sparkle in my life that will live on forever.
That was
Remember what we say every night before bed? Life is short. Be happy. Be kind. And live every day like it's your last. I love you, Dominic.
I hope you see that the world is beautiful, and I pray that you see that it's not your fault. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you. Crying out, let it go, it's all okay. And even with the pain, there's so much more you see. 'Cause we're here for you, and we love you.
Don't be sad. I'm in a better place. Be kind to one another. And let that little boy know that his mother loved him very much. Love, Megan.
I was wondering how high that note is behind the last chorus. It's like, yeah, it's like so high. I remember hitting that in studio, and Thrasher was like, how? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'll
Wow.
never hit that live.
feel like I gotta go hug somebody right now.
I know.
Oh,
Oh your kids you love them.
Let's go get that. I got you.